All right, so I'm recording because I felt led to record, so we're gonna record. I am a little under the weather a little bit, so excuse me if I cough or clear my throat or anything like that. Because I'm under the weather, I am going to make one of my favorite soups. I'm gonna make zuppa toscana, which is a soup that many people probably have got at Olive Garden, but I'm gonna make the dupe at home. And so we're gonna actually get into doing that. So that's what I'm doing. I actually have my meat in the pot. I had some mild ground Italian sausage that I got from the store. So we have that, and it is actually cooking right now. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's actually cooking right now, and it's in the pot. So it is, I'm gonna brown that first. And then I also have my other ingredients that I'm going to use as well. But I have it browning in the pot, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that started and sauteed. So that's pretty much that. I'm gonna go ahead and start that process. So I have meat browning in the pot. Like I said, once that browns, then I'm gonna remove it from the pot, and I'm gonna saute my onions and get ready for the next step. Does not take much to do this soup at all. I should have made it. I actually went to Olive Garden. I hope y'all can hear me over the stuff making. I actually went to Olive Garden last week. I started feeling something in my throat, a little tickle in my throat. I went to Olive Garden, and for some reason on the app, I just couldn't see if the soups came with breadsticks. And so I called in, and it was such a nice lady. She was so sweet. I called in and asked her, and she was like, when I see your name come through, I'll slide you some breadsticks. So shout out to her. But even more, when I got there, when I actually got to Olive Garden, I did the pickup order. And when I did the pickup, I noticed that it was a lot of cars when I first pulled up. There was a lot of cars when I first pulled up. So I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna wait a while anyway, right? So I sat there for a minute, and the cars that were there when I got there, they came in, like they were sitting there, you know, first got there, they left. Then there was some other cars that showed up in the pickup area. You know, in the pickup area, they have like numbers, so you can like know, what parking spot you're in. And so in the pickup area, they ended up, in the pickup area, I saw cars come and go. And I saw the tenant come and go. And so I eventually was like, okay, I'm just going to skip over me. And so she eventually came out, and keep in mind, I said I ordered some soup and breadsticks because my girl was looking up for me. And so I ended up, she ended up coming out, she had this huge bag. I mean, like, huge. I have a little bag right here. It probably was the size of this. Okay, it was huge. Soup and breadsticks not gonna fit in this bag, right? It was Olive Garden bag, of course. And so when she walked over, I'm the person of integrity. That's not my order. I'm not gonna take it. And so I could see the name on the receipt. It was really big on the side of the bag. I said, "Can I see the name?" And I read the name. I was like, "Nope, that's not my name. That ain't me. Okay, that ain't Brie." So I ended up. What I ended up doing was telling her, that's not my order. She was like, "I'm so sorry." And this person, the order, they came after me, another person. So they ended up getting their food before I did. And so, sidebar, I love this little meat separator, I think what you call it. I love this. Like when I'm making like ground beef, ground turkey, ground sausage, ground chicken. All of that. It just helps like separate the meat more. Anyway, so I'm still sitting there, and then the nice young lady, she ends up coming out, and when she came out, she ended up saying, "I gave you some hot soup. I'm so sorry for the wait." And I was like, "Thank you so much. Like, I thank you that you didn't just give me the cold soup, right?" So I was like, "Thank you so much. That was thoughtful." But she didn't have to do that, right? And so I get home, and start opening the bag. And when I opened the bag, I realized that, hold on, a minute. She actually gave me an extra soup. So it was a hot soup over the cool soup. Soup wasn't even cold. It just, it was warm. It wasn't cold. It was warm. And of course, the new soup was piping hot. I don't stay too far from Olive Garden, so I was able to kind of get, there, get home quick. And I was like, that is so thoughtful, because she didn't have to do that. And so she ended up doing that for me, and I was so grateful. I even left them a good review. I'm big on reviews, right? They were really, really big on reviews. I have worked in customer service for a long time, so I'm really big on good customer service and paying it forward. Like, I know how it feels to be in a field where a lot of respect, you don't get a lot of respect working in customer service. You really don't. And shout out to people that work in healthcare, because I always say that's the highest level of customer service, healthcare. Because people will literally cuss you out, spit in your face, and you still got to administer their medicine. You still have to wipe their behinds, clean up after them, and it basically ensures that they're still cared for, even if they treat you like crap. Shout out to the healthcare workers out there. Shout out to y'all, because we don't appreciate y'all enough, okay? And I don't care if you work in healthcare and you are cleaning the sheets, you matter. I don't care if you literally take out the trash in the hospital, you matter. I don't care if you work in the cafeteria at the hospital, you matter. Gift shop, you matter. A lot of times you only, look at those who, the most popular ones, which would be nurses and doctors. And I'm not saying that. We shout out to nurses, shout out to doctors, right? Shout out to all of y'all, because we need y'all. But a lot of times we overlook a lot of the other ones. Shout out to the techs that work, with a lot of different labs, and the ones who clean the equipment. Because we need sterilized equipment when we go to hospitals. Having surgery, we can't have dirty equipment. So shout out to all of y'all, because y'all matter. Even the admin, shout out to y'all, because I know y'all get some phone calls about the bills. I have to make some phone calls about the bills. Shout out to y'all, okay? Shout out to all my customer service peeps. Anyway, but working in customer service, it's just it's not, you don't get the most respect in a lot of customer service jobs, no matter what capacity. And so, even my food workers, you don't get a lot of respect in those roles. You're really making sure people's bellies are full. You would think you would get respect. Anyway, so yes, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Sorry, y'all, they call. Okay, they call. Excuse me. But yeah, shout out to y'all, because y'all get the credit that y'all deserve. But yes, I was so excited about that. I just thank the Lord above, because, man, I thanked him. He's just been looking out for me. And I went to the store. Honestly, I found this Walmart that I really, really like, which is rare, because who says they like Walmart, right? Nobody. Okay, but I like this Walmart. I like this Walmart. And I decided to go in there one morning before work, because I left a little early and I had a little bit extra time. I was like, I'm going to slide on in here to this Walmart real quick. I'm going to slide on in here. I went in there, and how about they done marked not everything, but a lot of the clothes down. I found skirts for 50 cents. I found shirts for $1. Kimonos for $1. I love a good kimono. Okay. I just found so much, on sale. And I was like, oh my God. Thank you, Jesus, because I didn't have to come here. But I came in here, and you blessed me. And so I was thankful. And so I grabbed a few items. I know it's about to get cold, but my thing is, I love a good deal. I love a good sale. And the time to shop now for like summer clothes, or the time to shop is now for summer clothes, because the seasons are changing, trying to push out the fall and the winter wear. So if you got some stores in your area and you're trying to find some stuff to stock up for next year, or to play out this season, because it's still hot where I live. It's still kind of hot during the day. It's kind of cool in the mornings, but it gets hot during the day. So I can still rock my summer clothes, still rock them. And so yeah, check out your local stores, because I'm pretty sure they done marked some stuff down. Pretty sure. It'll mark a lot of stuff in. So yeah. That's that. I just wanted to just share that because that is really where I am. Like, I just love a good deal. Love a good deal. Love a good deal. I actually started doing my own nails again. I had started doing COVID. During COVID, I think everybody was like trying to be a nail tech at the house. And so I had started doing my nails during COVID. A lot of trial and error. I used to love SNS, and I still like SNS. I just don't get it as often. But I used to love SNS. And I had bought the powder, the dip powder. I mean, you name it. I had it all. My nails was all lumpy, clumped up. And the foundation wasn't solid. They would be lifting, you know, but I was still on it. Until I found my press-ons. And press-ons, and then I ended up, you know, realizing I can glue these press-ons on, and I can put a builder gel on top and a UV gel, and it looked like I went to the shop. Cool. So I ended up finding some stuff. I ordered some nails. I think eventually I started ordering them. Got a few off of Amazon, of course. And then I had got some from, I ended up ordering some at the time from like other stores like Shein, and like, I think I had went to local stores too and got some as well to get me some, to give me a little stock, so when I wanted to do them, I had them. So that was my thing. And so I started back doing my own nails because the nail shop is taxing, okay? It's taxing, okay? And so I ended up starting my own nails. So I really don't feel like getting down there scrubbing those things, so I still try to get my feet done. I'm actually gonna try to make an appointment to do that. My birthday is coming up, so I'll try to make it a point to do that for my birthday, because that's something that I just want to go do, and something I want to do, and something that I'm going to, you know, partake in. So I'm gonna do that for my birthday. So we're gonna look into doing that, and so yeah. I've been doing my own hair lately too. My goodness, I've been doing my own hair and everything. This is actually a crochet locks that I've had in for a month. It's time to come down with up here. But yeah, these are crochet locks, and I actually really like them. I can do them quickly. They don't take my whole day away. So I usually do them on the weekends. I try to do them like on Sunday after church when I took a nap and I wind it down. I can go ahead and start working on my hair. That's usually what I end up doing, is during that time. Like in midday, not midday, but like kind of towards the afternoon time frame. So that way when I finish, I still have the evening to enjoy. And so that's what I've been doing. And it's been a journey, and it's been a good journey. I actually thought about recording my hair process. I'm just taking the meat out the pot so I can go ahead and, you know, release some of them juices in there. That grease. You want that grease to be in there so it can sop up in the soup. But I actually thought about you know, I'm not in my house, by the way. I know it's empty. I'm not in my house. That's another story. But I am legally permitted to be where I am, so praise him for that. All right, so to cook. So yes, I think I might record myself and drop the spoon. Okay. And drop the spoon. Okay, but legally, you know, I'm permitted to be here, but I thought about recording. I thought about recording myself doing my hair. Not like a tutorial, because I'm not doing a tutorial. This would literally just be like, I'm doing my hair, let's chat. So I think I might try to do that. These are the onions. I already chopped them up. A half an onion, I already chopped it up. I'm gonna go ahead and toss it in here while everything's popping. I think mine might be a little too high. This is not a cooking tutorial, okay? This is me cooking and me talking. I'm not a chef. All right, so that's that. So we're gonna add that in. So I think I might end up recording that posting that. So yeah, I will be back. Let me kind of get some more stuff done. I'll be back to finish the video out. All right, so I'm back. I took a break from recording for a minute. And so in my pot now, I was sauteing the ground Italian sausage. So I have that put to the side for now. Right now I have sauteed my onions and my garlic. And then I went ahead and put in my chicken broth, my water, and I put some seasoning in there as well. So I put my seasoning, my potatoes as well. My potatoes are in there. I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Turn it up a little bit so we can get some motion going. But I'm gonna bring it to a boil and so those potatoes get really tender. And then once those potatoes get tender, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my kale, my heavy whipping cream, and put my Italian sausage back in there and let that cook down a little bit, and we're pretty much gonna be done. Pretty much done. Yeah, and I got some breadsticks as well. Some twisted breadsticks that I got from the freezer section. This was a quick meal. I was not trying to be chef tonight. I'm not a chef, but I wasn't trying to be a chef. This was like, I'm not feeling the greatest. I want some soup. And just like I said, I had got the soup from Olive Garden before. And I was like, well, I have made this before. Let me just make me a pot again. And then I can just go ahead and eat on it for the next few days. You can even freeze it if you want to. I didn't give you the recipe because there's so many different variations of recipes on Google. Pick one, okay? They're quick and they're easy. Just pick one of them. This is not a cooking tutorial. I'm just cooking and talking. But yeah, I might end up, if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna eat all this stuff, but that cough, girl, that cough. Excuse me. But I feel like if we, you don't have to worry about me coughing over the food because it's just me eating it. It's just me eating it. Nobody else. My family don't like it, so they don't want soup. So we're gonna eat this, okay? This is mine. This is strictly mine. So if I cough in it, it's mine. So yeah, gonna do that. I have my kale that is resting in my strainer. I've already washed it. It's clean. I washed it. I have a lot of kale in here. I put 2 bags because the 1 bag looked real small until I put it in here, and now it looked like it's a lot. And I don't think I need that much kale. So I'm gonna probably do half of this because I don't want it to be overloaded with kale, and now I'm just eating kale more than anything. So I'm going to actually do that. I heard something outside. I was like, what's that say? I think they outside playing or something. Kids and stuff. It's Friday. They probably outside. You know, kids these days be outside, it'd be dark. I had to go in the house when the street light came on. The kids be outside, it'd be nighttime. All right, so I was actually watching a pastor. He was actually evangelizing on the streets. I believe he's an apostle. Let me get titles right. I'm really big on that. Making sure I, give the proper title. If God has elevated you to a position, I want you to be recognized for your position. But he was on the street with his team, and they were ministering and they were witnessing to just those that were out. And it was like 2 in the morning. Like, they were out just witnessing. And it's 2 in the morning, but ain't nothing open but Waffle House, emergency room, and legs. Pretty much. Like, if you outside on the street, it's a lot. It ain't much really you out there for it. You at the club, at the bar. So they was on that street. And so, well, Holy Spirit is always something. He always something. All right. But anyway, so they was pretty much like just out evangelizing, witnessing, sharing the gospel with those that were on the street. And there was, I believe it was like 2:30 in the morning. And there was these young ladies that were out there, and it broke my heart a little bit when I saw this. It was some young ladies out there, and they began to, it was 4 of them. He asked them their ages. He does like interviews, interview style. I love the interview style because most people want to be seen nowadays. People want to be seen. People want to be on camera. So they're not going to, assume that the gospel is being shared. I think it's very strategic. It's wisdom, and it takes wisdom to win souls. It does take wisdom to win souls. And Holy Spirit will definitely give you wisdom in these times. If you ask for it and you seek him, he'll give you wisdom. If that's the heart's desire of a believer to spread the gospel, which we are all called to do. My hair is just sticking up. Don't mind that. But the young ladies were out there, and he asked their ages. 2 of them were 18, and then 2 were 12. And one of them was like, well, I'm 12, but I'm 18. Like, pretty much, projecting that I'm 12, but on these streets, I'm 18 because I want to act like I'm older so that I can get attention from these guys on these streets. And it broke my heart because, sorry, I was looking at something. It broke my heart because those are children. You're a child, right? You're not even a teenager yet. I guess, right? 13 is when you become teenager, right? Maybe not. Anyway, still a child. All right, you're still young. You're still a young lady. You're young. You're really, really young. And it just broke my heart to see them out there like that. It broke my heart in the beginning, and it still breaks my heart a little bit. Just pray for them. You don't gotta know them. You ain't gotta know their name. Lift them up. God knows who they are. And so I was literally like, man, And then one of them received prayer, and then he prayed, for them, and they went on about their business. He told them to go home, and that was the best advice he could have ever gave them. All right, receive Jesus and go home. Go to the house. Ain't nothing out here for you. Ain't nothing. You out here on the street at 2:30 in the morning. There's nothing out here. Nothing. Now, they had a purpose to be out there, but as young women, young ladies, they didn't need to be out there. They could get hurt. Anything could happen to them, out there at that time of the morning. And so I was just glad that someone talked to them and, stopped them, and they were able to hear about Jesus. I believe that there was definitely a seed that was planted, some water, some plant, but God brings the increase, right? So I'm pretty sure there was a seed that was planted, and I pray they went home. I don't know what they did. I don't know them. But I wanted to share that and tell you about my soup. Just waiting on it to come to a boil, get those potatoes tender, and then I'm going to show the finished product because I'm dragging this video. This video is getting long. And I know y'all want to hear me continue to ramble, so I'm going to stop it right now so that this video is not an hour long, because I didn't want it to be an hour long. So yeah, I'm going to stop it right now and watch this boil and get my potatoes tender. Throw in my kale, throw in my ground sausage, get that cooked down, and then I will show y'all the pot when it is finished. Okay? Be back. All right, so I promised I would show y'all the finished product. So this is my soup, finished. Zuppa Toscana. It has that, it looks more yellow on camera than it actually is. It's doing that because it's hot on this stove. I'm just doing this so I can transfer it back into my kitchen, so it's not gonna be that long anyway. But this is my Zuppa Toscana. Don't mind the mess. I'm gonna clean that. The Zuppa is completed. It tastes good. I taste a little bit of it. My breadsticks are there, and that is it. Have a great night. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I will see y'all again in the future.